Welcome to this tutorial on ROI of Axie Infinity breeding cost analysis. Axie Infinity is a popular blockchain-based game where players can breed and battle creatures known as Axies. Breeding is a crucial aspect of the game, but it comes with significant costs. In this guide, we will break down the costs associated with breeding and help you calculate the return on investment. First, let's discuss the costs involved in breeding Axies. The primary costs are Axie breeding fees, which are paid in the game's native cryptocurrency, Smooth Love Potion, or SLP. The breeding fee varies depending on the breed count of the parent Axies. Other costs include the cost of the Axies themselves, which can fluctuate based on market demand. To calculate the ROI of Axie Infinity breeding, you need to consider the revenue generated by the offspring Axies and the costs incurred during the breeding process. The revenue can come from selling the offspring Axies or using them to earn SLP in the game's adventure mode or player versus player battles. Here is a step-by-step process to calculate the ROI. First, determine the cost of breeding, including the breeding fee and the cost of the parent Axies. Next, estimate the revenue generated by the offspring Axies. This can be done by researching the market price of similar Axies or estimating the SLP earnings potential of the offspring. Once you have the costs and revenue, you can calculate the ROI using the formula ROI equals revenue minus cost, divided by cost, and then multiplied by 100. This will give you a percentage return on your investment. For example, if the cost of breeding is 1000 SLP and the revenue generated by the offspring is 1200 SLP, the ROI would be 20%. This means that for every 1000 SLP invested in breeding, you can expect a return of 200 SLP. Best practices for maximizing ROI in Axie Infinity breeding include researching the market demand for different types of Axies, selecting parent Axies with high stats and low breed counts, and considering the cost of breeding fees. Additionally, it's essential to stay up to date with the game's economy and adjust your breeding strategy accordingly. In conclusion, calculating the ROI of Axie Infinity breeding requires careful consideration of the costs and revenue associated with breeding. By following the steps outlined in this guide and adopting best practices, you can make informed decisions and maximize your return on investment in the game. Remember to always research and stay informed about the game's economy to optimize your breeding strategy and achieve the highest possible ROI.